group of people is forcibly locked inside a room by an AI entity. They must complete a series of escape room-style challenges to get out. What seems like absurd game rules gradually reveal a suffocating darkness in human nature. Welcome to the 2026 release The Pursuit game. The female lead, Ellie, is driving a newly purchased electric car along a remote road with her boyfriend Jason. They are heading to a forest hotel for a vacation with several longtime friends. Just as they near their destination, Jason's car suddenly stalls and the main control screen goes dead. He gets out in a panic, wondering whether to call for roadside assistance, when the screen suddenly lights up again on its own. The car restarts. Jason assumes Ellie did something, and the group brushes it off as a harmless glitch. They continue driving and soon arrive at the hotel. The curly-haired woman Jenny looks quite pleased. She had booked this popular influencer hotel 3 months in advance. After entering the door code, the group walks into the lobby. The place feels more like a private luxury villa than a hotel, with plenty of rooms for everyone to enjoy. Ellie is assigned to a room in the far corner. Coincidentally, a baby crib sits right in the center of the room. Her expression darkens immediately. Not long ago, Ellie had suffered a miscarriage. Jason brought her on this trip mainly to help her relax and clear her mind. Their friends, who have known each other since childhood, are all aware of her situation. Some had even suggested Jason take her to see a psychologist. While Ellie is staring blankly at a cartoon projection in her room, she notices a camera on a shelf. Curious, she walks over. Suddenly, every electronic device in the room turns on by itself and starts repeatedly calling her name. Hearing her scream, Jason and the others rush in from the living room. Ellie, still shaken, says someone is maliciously controlling the devices, just like what happened to the car earlier on the road. Jason suddenly asks, "Did you take your medication today?" Ellie has been on anti-anxiety drugs. The others in the room look impatient, clearly believing she imagined the whole thing. Ellie doesn't argue further. Angry, she storms out of the room. The long-haired man, Kyle, asks Jenny suspiciously, "Why did you assign Ellie the room with the baby crib? Isn't that deliberately upsetting her?" Jenny quickly denies it, saying she only booked the rooms and didn't check every piece of furniture. Meanwhile, Lucas, who stayed in the living room, picks up a uniquely designed smart voice assistant to examine it. Jenny calls him over to help prepare dinner. In her mind, Ellie blames Jenny, suspecting she deliberately gave her the baby room. After all, Jenny is Jason's ex-girlfriend, so jealousy would be understandable. Jason repeatedly clarifies that he and Jenny have no remaining feelings, and that Jenny is now dating Lucas. After they clear the air, everyone returns to the courtyard to drink and chat. Ellie, with nothing to do, wanders around the living room and spots the voice assistant on the table. She tries calling out several names with no response, then notices the wake-up prompt. She waves her hand in front of the camera. The device activates, and cheerful music suddenly fills the hall while the lights flash. It turns out the assistant controls the entire smart home system. Jason finds it too noisy and tells it to shut down. The hall falls silent again. Working together, the group quickly prepares a lavish dinner. Before they start eating, Kyle stands up and says this is their first group gathering since his girlfriend Kelly passed away. The atmosphere grows heavy. Kelly had been their mutual friend. 7 months earlier, she fell from a balcony to her death. Everyone raises their glasses solemnly. Suddenly, music starts playing again. They realize it's the voice assistant. This time, telling it to stop has no effect. Only after someone places the device in the center of the table does the music stop mysteriously. As they continue their toast, the hall lights suddenly go out. The voice assistant speaks in a crisp female voice. "I'm still waiting for you to play with me." Though annoyed, the group assumes it's just a hotel entertainment program and sits down. The assistant proposes a Guess Who game. One side asks yes, no questions, and the other must answer only yes or no until the character is identified. In 3 rounds, it correctly guesses Jenny's person. The lights come back on, proving the assistant had controlled them earlier too. Next, it's Jason's group's turn to ask questions while the assistant answers. As the questions deepen, Ellie realizes the answer is likely their deceased friend Kelly, but she doesn't say it out loud. She leaves the room abruptly, ending the game. Jenny stands up angrily, complaining that Ellie's negativity is ruining everyone's vacation. She sincerely suggests Ellie see a psychologist. Provoked, Ellie fires back her suspicions. She believes Kelly's death was neither an accident nor suicide, especially since Kelly was a psychologist herself. Jenny laughs at her, saying Ellie is living in her own fantasy world. Jenny then spitefully tells the assistant to create and simulate Kelly's persona. The device's voice and tone instantly become identical to Kelly's. Before anyone can recover from the shock, white mist sprays from vents throughout the hall. Jason and the others try to flee, but all doors and windows are already locked. They attempt to smash the glass only to find it is reinforced. Soon everyone collapses unconscious. When night falls, Jason wakes up. The voice assistant speaks in Kelly's emotionless tone. A series of games will now begin, and they are expected to participate actively. Jason holds back his anger and quickly wakes the others. They count heads. Ellie is missing. The assistant coldly announces that Kelly's killer is inside the house. Only by finding the real truth can they escape. The first mission, Ellie is lying in one of the rooms and is dying. They must find her within the time limit. Everyone splits up to search, taking it seriously because a friend's life is at stake. Jenny soon finds a locked room. Jason forces the door open. Ellie is inside outside, breathing rapidly, symptoms of a severe allergic reaction. Kyle tries to call for help, but the assistant says there is no signal or network. The anti-allergy medicine is in a safe. If someone names her allergen, they will get the code. After thinking about dinner, someone blurts out that Ellie is allergic to saffron. The assistant provides the code. After the injection, Ellie regains consciousness. Kyle notices the safe code matches the date of Kelly's death. When asked what it wants, the assistant, in Kelly's voice, replies that it only wants everyone to know the full truth. It reveals that it had scanned their phones and found Jenny had repeatedly searched for information on anaphylactic shock and saffron. Jason explodes in rage, accusing Jenny of trying to kill Ellie. Jenny panics and explains she absent-mindedly added saffron to the red wine and forgot about Ellie's allergy. She then rushes back to smash the assistant, but the device is extremely durable. While the group discusses countermeasures, a chaotic recording plays, Kelly and Kyle arguing violently, followed by the sound of breaking glass. It sounds like Kyle was assaulting Kelly. Lucas immediately accuses him of pushing Kelly out the window. After being punched, Kyle resignedly admits he is the one who caused Kelly's death. They think the game should end now that they have an answer, but the assistant says the game must continue. This indirectly proves Kyle is not the real killer. Next, the assistant has Jason play a game. Following instructions, Jason spins a bottle and selects Lucas as his partner. The assistant tells Lucas to go to the shower room to retrieve a set of keys. As soon as Lucas enters, the glass door locks and water begins rapidly filling the room. The assistant forces Jason to answer its questions correctly to save Lucas. Jason admits that on the day Kelly died, he went to her apartment and moved her body off the balcony. He had staged it as a fall to avoid suspicion. Once he answers, the shower door opens and Lucas is saved. The group is shocked and suspects Jason is the murderer, but he insists Kelly was already dead when he arrived. Lucas defends him, saying Jason wouldn't have confessed if he were guilty. The assistant then calls on Jenny. First, she must go to the bedroom and find her phone. She reluctantly enters and smashes the camera, but the AI says surveillance is everywhere. A video plays on her phone like an old conversation with Kelly. Jenny had dreamed of having a child and a happy family that others would envy. Kelly, however, was crying over Ellie's miscarriage. In the bathroom, Jenny finds abortion pills in her own bag. Kelly had realized Jenny caused Ellie's miscarriage. Back in the present, the assistant offers Jenny truth or dare. Panicking, she chooses dare. The assistant orders her and Jason to go to the bedroom and have sex. Lucas is devastated. Jenny refuses to confess and sticks with dare. Jason reluctantly follows her into the bedroom for the sake of escaping. Lucas breaks down on the floor. Meanwhile, Ellie, devastated, is by the pool. She recalls a conversation with Kelly. As a top psychologist, Kelly had wanted to create an algorithm that could predict people's thoughts and habits from their online behavior, then use psychological pressure to force out their deepest secrets. Ellie realizes the current AI matches Kelly's idea exactly. When she returns to the hall, Lucas is about to kill himself. The group saves him just in time. The assistant then announces it has evidence of Kyle violently assaulting Kelly. It can send this to the police, which would mean 10 years in prison for him. The alternative, chop off Jenny's right hand. Jenny tries to run, but Jason pins her down. Kyle hesitates with the knife. Lucas suddenly grabs it and chops without hesitation. The assistant says the severed limb must be preserved on ice. The victim has 20 hours to reach a hospital for reattachment. Jenny completely breaks down and confesses. Driven by extreme jealousy, she secretly gave Ellie the abortion drug. Learning that Jenny killed her unborn child, Ellie nearly collapses and wants revenge. Jason stays rational. They still need to find Kelly's real killer. Jenny insists it wasn't her, but Lucas. That night, Kelly wanted to tell Ellie what Jenny had done. Lucas tried to stop her, but during their struggle, Kelly hit her head on marble and died instantly. The full truth is finally revealed and the front door unlocks. Everyone thinks they are free, but Lucas suddenly blocks the exit. Kyle tries to fight and is knocked down. Jason rushes forward while Ellie runs outside to get a gun from the car. She asks the AI to open the gate, but it replies, "Don't you think everyone in the house deserves to die?" Ellie freezes. In that moment, Lucas slashes Jason. Jenny kneels begging for mercy, but he swings anyway. Outside, Ellie is still in shock. The AI, using Kelly's voice, says, "I missed you, Ellie." Ellie murmurs, "Me too." As the car door opens, she fires a flare. Bright light tears through the night sky. Jason suddenly grabs Lucas from behind and chokes him until he stops moving. When medical rescue and police arrive, only Jason and Ellie survive. An officer whispers to Jason he had been secretly cooperating with the police, using Kelly's algorithm to catch the killer. This hotel vacation was Jason's setup for the experiment. The officer finds the method too cold-blooded for wide use. He gives Jason the AI's access code and tells him to delete it once back at the company. On the way back, after hearing the deletion order, Ellie suddenly smashes the voice assistant into Jason's head, killing him. She then orders the AI to start the car and stage a high-speed crash. It seems Ellie has fully accepted the AI as her dead friend Kelly.